How you doing, YouTube? I just got back from all ARG Edison. I placed in the top 16. My friends and I all built this deck, teamwork counts and all. We entered, I think, five decks that are very similar, and Brian Fan, my cousin, and myself both ended up in the top 16. We both lost immediately. It was upsetting. Brian had a whole different story. He wrote his deck list wrong. He wrote that he played 2 Gungear and 1 Brio, and for the top 16 they gave him a game loss, game 1, and on top of that he had to play 2 Gungear and a Brio. Sadly he lost. So I'll go through my deck list real quick. I'll explain anything that needs to be. For the hand traps, I play 2 Maxi, 1 Veiler. I really like Maxi, it's one of my favorite cards, and I really like Veiler too in my old build, but I cut it down just to 1 because it's only really good against the mirror match and not many other decks. Like Veiler does different things in Maxi and Lancia, which are all really good hand traps. So like Veiler helps you control the tempo of the game. Sometimes I don't ever play my hand traps offensively, so if they play like a Kaleidoscope, this is when you activate this to get an advantage out of it. And for Veiler, I don't really Veiler on the summon of Valkyrius. I'll Veiler usually on, say, like a defensive Trishula, or when I Dijin Lock, it keeps me from getting punished by Trishula. Veiler also helps a lot when you have tempo control, when you're ahead in cards and your opponent summons a Jew. You know, like Veiler sometimes is just game. Let's see. Oh, here's spell cards, I guess. I played 6 mirrors. No more, no less. I played 2 Rhoda. I play Warrior out for these still. I cut it down because I kept dead drawing Rhodas later in the game. I played Share Ride. My friends used to not... We were always split between this card. I really like this card because it acts just as Maxi would. And it doesn't change the way your deck plays at all. More so it makes your deck better, if that makes sense too. It like enhances every card because the more your opponent jumps into cards like this or Maxi, the more likely you'll win because you have more cards at your disposal. So it's not like you're adding a new trick to your deck like, say, Mind Crush. It's more so this is something that you can play your deck better. And I really like cards like that because it lets you play more so. Like, we won't play the build like Scolding or Secret Village for now, I guess. Because the reason being with that is you can play Scolding and Secret Village, and the way you win is also the exact same way you could lose. Like, activating Secret Village with a spellcaster on board could just win you the game, but at the same time it could lose you the game. You can't really play differently to avoid those losses at times. Well, Shared Ride lets you play your interactions better, and you'll win each interaction with higher amount of card count. For the 1-ofs, I play 1 Galaxy Cyclone instead of MST because I only played 1 MST in the beginning. I switched it to this because it's sort of like 2 MSCs in 1 card. 1 Book of Eclipse, 1 Raigeki, and Prep. And for traps, we played a Vanity and a Trap Sun. Trap Sun was instead of the 2nd MST because MST is kind of mediocre. It doesn't really hit a lot. Like, the ideal situation is, say you ditch Brio, they activate Mistake and you chain MST. Trap Sun sort of beats that too, and also is really good against like Burning Abyss and stuff. And sometimes we got really cool tricks where you activate Vanity on a summon, then you turn your flip Trap Sun, make a play, then you enter turn and Vanity's still up. Vanity's still really good, I think. I don't see a reason why we should cut it. And then the monsters are more so normal. Double Shirt, Bullblader is the out still. Dijin, 1 Trish, Gungear is still one of my favorite cards. 6 Jews, 2 Colossus, 3 Unicorn, double Brio, and triple Valkyrias. For the side deck, we have the 2nd Trap Stun. We chose to play Trap Stun over Roll Decree because at a regional, I played against Quillforth, and when the guy made a play, I flipped Roll Decree, and he chained MST, and I lost because of that. So Trap Sun's sort of like Roll Decree, except you don't lose to MST. And you only really need 1 turn to play anyway, so like just make your move count for that 1 turn. 1 Kaiku. We have 5 cards for the mirror match. And by the way, these are the sleeves ARG gave us. They usually give us Pro Matte White, but it's this new brand that they're promoting. It feels a lot like the World Championship qualifier sleeves or the Konami based sleeves. It's not the best sleeves in the world, but it's not the worst, I could say. But we'll see where it goes. So we play for the mirror match. I side Lancia, Kaiku, and Mirror Force. Kaiku's a really good card because just like how Lancia protects you as a hand trap, there's a lot of times when you play and you feel like, I wish I could activate Lancia on my turn. When this card first started coming out, people were like, maybe I can try to do it on my turn. They didn't realize. So, like, Kaiku's everything Lancia wants to be on your turn, except you have to summon him, which is kind of sucks. So double Lancia, double Mirror Force, Kaiku, double Fairy Wind, Decisive Armor is really good. This guy, I'm scared of the Secret Village build a lot, and he just an out to that. 4 hands, and then the second Galaxy Cyclone. The Zephyr guy was kind of butt. He wasn't really helpful at all. Oh, I didn't really play many mirror matches either though. Blue Eyes, Abyss Dweller, Lavabo Chain, Emerald, Ptolemy, Arc, Direwolf, Cowboy, Exciton, Castel, Star Eater, Diamond, Rhapsody, the other Arc, and Arc. Overall, my matchups real quick. Round 1, let me find the paper. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have this planned somewhere. Here we go. Round 1, I play against Nekroz. Round 2, Satellar Knight. Round 3 was Burning Abyss. I had a feature match against Calvin Tahan. I lost on the stream. Round 4, I forgot until I remembered. It was a Nekroz deck, and my friend gave me the win. Round 5 against Volcanics. Round 6 against Heroes. 7 was Shadal. 8 was Burning Abyss. And then round 9, I played Nekroz. Then we drew. And in Top Cut, I played against a local player of mine. His name's Shu Ping. I lost to him. Yeah, and overall, that was my trip at Edison. I wish I could have went further, but I guess it's all about just testing the list now for nationals and all. Check me out on Alter Reality Games. They have me in a couple of their new videos. It's like players to watch for. I have a deck tech video which I talk, and there's a player profile which is pretty cool too. You can see my cousin Brian Pham there too. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment or ask. I like answering questions. Take care.